Could we invite Cam Russell to the stage, please? The image most of you have of Cam Russell as he enters the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame tonight is a rugged scrapper who battled his way out of the corners of hockey rinks and often into a few fights during his 10-year NHL career, helping the Chicago Blackhawks win a lot of games. He was never a scorer, and he'll admit that, with a total of 30 points in 396 NHL games on the rosters of the Hawks, and then a year with Colorado. Cam would admit he won't make you think of Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, Jaromir Jagr, Lemieux or Gretzky, or even Coffey or Nova Scotia-born Al MacInnis on the blue line. They all put a lot of pucks in the nets or feathered passes to teammates who could and did. Cam was the steadfast, stay-at-home defenseman who ensured that goalies like Ed Belfour with Chicago and Patrick Waugh in Colorado saw as few shots as possible and had fewer interruptions from forwards crowding the front of their nets. He was also a tough cookie, one who would defend a teammate as quickly as needed, always having everyone's back. He was a product of Dartmouth's minor hockey system, and Cam told Halifax Chronicle-Herald writer Willie Palov that, actually it's in the article you received tonight, he said, "Growing up, I scored a lot of points and was almost always voted most gentlemanly player on my teams. I used to always win those SO medals for most sportsmanlike." He was a force on the power play and a solid all-around defenseman in midget hockey. He showed tons of talent and displayed it for 4 years with Hull of the Quebec Major Junior League. In those 4 years, he helped the Olympique win 2 division titles and 2 league championships, once each under coaches Pat Burns and Alain Vigneault, who we can assume then went on to lengthy and successful NHL coaching careers because of what they learned from Cam. Vigneault is currently the coach of the Vancouver Canucks. He took time at training camp to send us a message tonight.
Cam, Alain Vigneault, your former coach back from the Hull Olympic days. Congratulations on the nomination. Well deserved. I knew when I had you as a player and my captain with the Hull Olympics that you had some amazing qualities. Very dedicated, very disciplined, great team guy, and always wanted to give the best of yourself on a daily basis. And I was able to follow your career once you left Hull, and obviously you made the best of your skill set, and that great attitude has now brought you to Halifax with the Moosehead, and I'm sure you're doing a great job. It was evident right from the beginning that you had some amazing qualities, and I'm really proud of you. Congratulations again on that nomination, and I wish you the best here as you move forward.
Twice, Cam. Yes, indeed. Yep. Twice Cam went to the Memorial Cup in 1986 and 1988, but came away without the big prize, although Hull did finish second in 1986. That was Cam's rookie year in major junior hockey. He showed offensive prowess in junior hockey with 23 goals, 70 assists, and 93 points in 241 games. He also amassed 353 penalty minutes, about 1.5 a game, compared to his NHL average of 2.5 per game, when his role changed appreciably. When he arrived at the Blackhawks training camp in the fall of 1989 after being selected 50th overall in the 3rd round of the '87 draft, Cam saw that the club had 4 or 5 defensemen who could occasionally score and set up goals. In a case of survival, he figured out what he had to do to make it with the team. At 6'4" and 200 pounds, Cam literally fought his way onto the Blackhawks, became a defensive defenseman, and stayed in the big leagues for 10 years. He played 396 regular season games, scoring 30 points and compiling 872 penalty minutes. But Cam was defensively proficient and physically tough, willing to drop the gloves to defend a teammate, and also a capable shot blocker and penalty killer. One of his proudest moments, and probably a disappointing one too, was helping the 91-92 Blackhawks into the Stanley Cup final against Pittsburgh, which they lost in 4 games. Former teammate Stéphane Matteau, who played with Cam in Hull as well as on the Blackhawks, describes him as, quote, "the gutsiest player I ever played with. He wasn't the biggest or the toughest, but he cared about everyone. He gained a lot of respect from his teammates that way." However, the physical style did take its toll on his body, limiting the number of games he could play, and often he played hurt. He had 2 torn rotator cuffs in his shoulder and a torn labrum, along with a spinal fusion, major surgery for 4 broken facial bones, his nose fixed 3 times, and his knees done. Very handsome, though. He knew it was time when in 1999 a major shoulder reconstruction was done. Retirement was the sensible option at that time, and we all know where he's been since. An assistant coach and head coach with the Halifax Mooseheads, and now general manager of a club that has high hopes for a great season after a few years of rebuilding. So ladies and gentlemen, still with a bit of a tough and physical demeanor, but also a pleasant smile that tells you he's really gentle as a lamb down deep, a pleasure to welcome to the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame, Mr. Cam Russell. To present the plaque, we'd like to call on Brian Urquhart, the Vice President of Business Operations for the Halifax Mooseheads. For the pin, we want to call on one of the hockey greats in Nova Scotia sport history, a three-time inductee to the Hall of Fame, Douglas Duggar McNeil. Doesn't Duggar look great, by the way? Look at him. You look great. I think he rented the suit from Tip Top. Looks awesome. How you doing? Yeah, you know something? It's not easy for guys to listen to that, is it? It's you never played for the accolades, obviously, and you hear them, and it gets to you a bit, doesn't it?
Well, it does. I mean, it's fantastic to have someone like Alain Vigneault say those kind words to me. I never played for the accolades. I played because I loved the game. I played street hockey every day as a kid, and it's funny how things change. You look at kids these days, and I remember when I was 3 years old, I stood behind the hockey net in my street and chased balls down the street until the guys let me play street hockey. So I just wanted to play. I love the game, and I never had any aspirations.
A product of the Dartmouth minor hockey system, and it's true that you were always most sportsmanlike or least penalized?
Cole Harbour. Cole Harbour. Yeah, I was. It's funny. And they said it there a little while ago. I was voted the most gentlemanly player a few times, but like I said, as my career progressed, it became a matter of survival. I had to do whatever it took to stay on the hockey team.
Was that, and there's been, I don't want to get into it tonight, but there's so much talk about the role of enforcer. How did you approach it, knowing every night you might have to go toe-to-toe with somebody to defend a teammate?
Well, you know what? It was more than that. It was being able to look at yourself in the mirror. It was taking a hit to make a play. It was being the first on the puck in the corner. And, especially back in those days, sometimes it was just eye contact. But no, of course, you're worried about it before. You thought about it a lot before. But as soon as it happened, it was just like boxing. It was two willing participants. We knew what could happen, and it was an equal fight. And I would do it all again if I had the chance.
You didn't have Hubert there to stop it, though, right? I mean, you had. Did you have was there a guy? And you can say it here tonight. We're all friends. Nobody will tell anybody. Did you have a guy that consistently got on your nerves?
You know what? I've got a lot of patience. I wouldn't say guys that consistently got on my nerves. Ty Domi was one of those guys. I'm not sure who was fighting him in that picture, but I never played for Montreal. But I did tangle with Ty probably more times than I should have. Tough little guy at about 5'9", but just a great person, a great warrior. We had a lot of respect for each other. Nobody got on my nerves. We all respected each other.
Give me a sense, Cam, of what the Moosehead organization has meant to you and what you are trying to mean to it.
Well, you know what? Being able to work for the Mooseheads, being able to come to a hockey rink every day. I'm 42 years old. I played the game as a kid. I played the game for a living. I'm still involved in the game as a coach and a general manager. It's a tremendous honor. I'm very thankful to Bobby Smith that he has kept me on here and allowed me to do this job. It's wonderful to get up and to do a job that you don't really consider a job. I'm just very blessed right now.
Did your kids make it here? There was talk upstairs they might not make it. They had other commitments tonight. Did they make it?
My kids, they better be here. No, they're over there, but my kids are 5'6" and 5'11". They're not going to sit on my knee.
It was cute, though, wasn't it?
It really was.
Yeah, okay, listen. Cam Russell, ladies and gentlemen, newest inductee to the Sport Hall of Fame.